Yo, what's up, guys? It's D Brown with Trackheads. I'd like to welcome to another episode of Trackheads. I just finished watching the 2024 Olympic Games track and field semifinals for the men's 400-meter hurdles. Very, very eventful. We saw the big three compete. We saw Ryan Benjamin, Karsten Warholm, and of course DeSantos, amongst others. We had, Jamaica's Rohan, I believe is his name, qualify. Rohan Clark, I believe is his name, qualify. We had Samba qualify. We had a lot of different athletes. The Frenchman who ended up, sneaking in there as well. There was a bunch of talented athletes that ended up qualifying. A lot of Americans did not qualify. Trevor Bassett did not qualify. I think CJ Allen made it in, but I'm not sure. But he was on the outskirts. I don't think he qualified. So just a lot of unexpected events of people not qualifying, which was pretty interesting. Couple things that I noticed was that, of course, you had DeSantos and Warholm in the same heat. They looked pretty good. One thing that I did see that was a little bit different from Warholm was that, he didn't have his usual go out aggressive and then kind of hang on. I do know it's the semifinals, but usually we see that kind of dominance from him in a lot of his races. This is the first time I've seen his race model be a little bit different. And I saw him, take it out. I saw him kind of, relax on the backstretch, and then I saw him kind of start to ramp it up on the curve. He got into position at 300, and then he stutter stepped the last two hurdles. I'm not sure if the stutter step was because of fatigue or because he was kind of outside of his rhythm, because it's a semifinal. They're kind of downshifting in those last two hurdles, especially when you clear the field. It didn't look the best to me, but it was a little bit different from what I saw, and it was good to see him beat DeSantos. DeSantos was in the outside lane in lane 8, so I'm sure he didn't see anyone, but it looks like, he's been looking a kind of lackluster these past couple races. I mean, he went 47.95. I'm not sure if he's playing possum or if it's just, he's kind of fatigued. It's kind of difficult to run so fast at the beginning of the year. You run these 46s, he's getting back into rhythm. And I'm very curious to see if he's going to be able to hit 46 again, because I don't think you're winning this race unless you go under 46.2, 46.3, 46.5 to even medal. Unless it's just one of those races that's just like everybody's running 47. So like I said, in terms of the big three, it was cool to see those two in the same heat. DeSantos kind of like jogged it in. He should have continued running through the line because, another athlete ended up passing him. So yeah, first heat was kind of interesting. Second heat was cool. CJ Allen looked like he was primed to win it, and then he just kind of fell apart in the last 50 meters, which is unfortunate. I mean, he had a pretty solid time. I think he went like 48 and some change, but 48 is not gonna really. It qualified him in, but it's not gonna. It's not going to ensure that you make the finals, not at this kind of level. So it's unfortunate. Maybe he made it in on time, but I think he got fourth in his heat. So I'm not particularly sure. We had the athlete from the British Virgin Islands qualify. His name escapes me, but he got fourth place in Tokyo 3 years ago in 2021. At the Olympics, and then last year he got a silver medal. So he's a kind of dangerous athlete. Like I said, he didn't go 47, he went 48 low, but it was very interesting to see him beat some athletes who already went 47 this year, and I don't think he hit 47. So I'm curious if he's primed to peak at this meet. British Virgin Islands don't really have a lot of athletes, so he can time the peak a little bit better than Americans or Jamaicans who have more competition in their national qualifying meet. Who else did well? And that last heat, of course, we had Ryan Benjamin. He was in the semifinal heat. I mean, he looked the easiest. He cleared the field by 300 meters. A couple of things that I did see, and it's nothing, crazy, but, I saw that when he set up his first 200, I think he was able to compensate for not having, because usually when he runs like, let's say, an open 4x4 or open 400, when you actually see him run, he's really open. So it was really cool to see him kind of spin his wheels to kind of compensate and make sure he doesn't overextend in those 400-meter hurdles. He was able to keep it smooth. He was able to run all the way through. He split like probably 21.8 at the 200, probably ran like 34 low. Was able to just take charge and then kind of like opened up his stride to make sure that he finishes well. So very interesting races. Very cool to see that. I think it's gonna be a fantastic showdown. But like I said, I think Rai Benjamin has it this year. I don't see anything really beating him unless he beats himself. The way his race model is, how strong he looks. There's nothing that he's shown. He's undefeated all year. I think it's his year this year. So definitely great to see from him, and I'm looking forward to see that race. But yeah, guys, this is my recap of the men's 400-meter hurdles. Definitely keep an eye out for the finals. This is D Brown with Trackheads. Peace.